The County of Sonoma wants to remind us that COVID is part of our lives from now on. And as a result of that, we need to get vaccinated. The latest version of the vaccine that protects us against Omicron is now available. If you have health insurance, go to your service provider. If you don't have health insurance, go to health clinics. And in Sonoma County, again, there is one on Sebastopol Road that often you just show up and you get the service immediately. And for those of us who have gotten that vaccine, we feel much more protected. The county of Sonoma says that Sonoma County in general is doing a little bit better with that vaccine than the rest of California. And to a certain degree, is because California and the rest of the country really is tired of hearing about COVID, and we understand that, but we still have populations at risk, or elderly and children under the age of 6 months who cannot get vaccinated. And so the more we can protect those loved ones, the better. There's over 20 people who are now in our county hospitals, um, at this moment because of COVID. And then there is a number of people who are there because of the flu. This year, nationwide, we are seeing an increase in the number of people who are getting sick with the flu. And we're also seeing that people are not getting over the flu as quickly as they used to. And as a result of that, again, prevention continues to be the best weapon. And so wearing your mask, if you go to a restaurant and you decide to eat at the restaurant instead of taking the food home, we invite you to keep your mask on until your food arrives. And then once your food arrives, then you can take the mask, eat your dinner, let's say. And if you decide to stay after you finish your meal and you just want to spend quality time with a loved one or a friend, then you should put your mask on all over again to be able to minimize the level of risk because of COVID. Instead of eating outside like people do in the summer, people are spending more time indoors in public spaces. When you go to the store, again, same thing. Carry some hand sanitizer in your vehicle. That way, when you leave the store, you can sanitize your hands. And as a result of that, again, it's all about minimizing. And this is about COVID as much as it is about the flu. So the county of Sonoma just provided us with that information, but they couldn't provide the English version of this report to you because Gilbert, who represents the county of Sonoma, had another meeting he had to go to in order to translate. So we want to provide you that information, and we want to direct you, as always, to socoemergency.org, where you can find the latest in the number of people infected, the number of people hospitalized, the number of people who have gotten the vaccine recently, and just a reminder that the number of people who tested positive for COVID is a skewed number because a lot of people have taken the test and they're staying home, but they don't report that they are positive. They don't report that to the county or to the state. And as a result of that, the numbers are always going to look a little bit lower than they actually are. And so we invite you to take care of yourself. We invite you to get vaccinated so that you can protect yourself and your loved ones. One of the consequences of getting COVID that we are seeing already on a regular basis is memory issues. I've known a few individuals that have gotten COVID once or twice, and now memory issues are becoming a thing, which obviously creates a lot of anxiety, creates a lot of frustration, some anger for sure, because you are forgetting some of the things that were very, very basic. So, for those of us who have been able to avoid COVID, we invite you to please take care of yourselves, especially as the holidays are coming up. Next week, people will gather for the celebration. And as a result of that, again, we want to minimize, especially if you're meeting with people from different locations, different families are coming together under the same roof. Please make sure to take care of yourselves If you can get COVID tests, test people and say, please don't take your mask off until we test for COVID. And then you can take your mask off once we know that you are negative for COVID. It's an easiest way to make sure that you can spend quality time with your loved ones. Remember that not everybody who has COVID presents symptoms. And that is the report for today in regards to COVID.